Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Stay Creative York County. My name is Sarah. Today we are going to be creating a galaxy painting. And I decided to do my intro and outro outside in the beautiful weather that we are having. So to be able to do a galaxy painting, you're going to need some acrylic paints. I'm going to be using a dark navy blue, a lighter blue color, a light pink, and a white. I'm going to be using a flat brush. I'm going to be using this canvas that I got on discount at Target, but you can also find these at craft stores and at Walmart. I am going to be using some water and paper towels to clean the brushes. And I'm also going to be using some newspaper under my canvas to protect my work surface. Now, some other special things that I use, as you can see, there's a little bit of a shimmer. I used it's not an acrylic paint, but it is by an acrylic paint company, and it is a gloss finish that has a color shifting glitter in it. There's the word, not sprinkles, glitter. And I will show you that in the video. So we are going to take all of those ingredients, mix them together, and create our own little galaxy. So without further ado, let's get into the video. What we're going to do first is you can decide if you want this to go all the way to the edge, and then what you could do is go back over once it's dried and paint the edges here. Or you could tape off a little bit of a border around it, but I think I'm just going to let it go off the edge, and then I may paint the edges later. So we're going to get started by putting little dollops of paint, and I'm going to be going from dark to light and then putting a couple dollops of dark here and a couple dollops of light up here. I'm going to take my larger of the flat brushes here, and what I'm going to start doing is doing some strokes one way and then the other way as I work down, playing around with mixing different colors. I do still want to see some streaks, and it's going to be more of a general fade. So I'm going to start with this blue. So what we got going on right here kind of looks cloudy. It's got these little short motions that kind of look like billows. Alright, so I'm going to clear some of the paint off of my brush. And start pulling down. So what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to take some of this color off my brush. In fact, I think I'm going to take some of this lighter color off by dipping it in the water. And I don't have paper towels with me. I forgot to grab those. But if you have paper towels, now would be a good time to use those to dry your brush off. I'm just going to kind of wipe it onto the newsprint I have here. So now we have this more chunky texture. We're gonna start taking our brush with longer strokes from one side to the other and start blending these colors together. And we're gonna have our galaxy moving in a certain direction. I don't think I want to pull it straight from side to side like that. I think what I'm actually gonna do is start moving it kind of this way, diagonally. So now I'm gonna take my brush strokes and go this way. I think that with my brush strokes, I've lost a little bit of the pink here and a little bit of that deep blue in the top. So what I think I'm gonna do is just go back in with a little dollop of pink and clean my brush off. I do want to add a little bit more dark in these corners and just in random little places. You can see I'm being very messy, but I do have my painting hoodie on, so. So we're gonna start putting some stars into it. And the way that we're gonna be doing that is that I'm going to be taking some white paint onto a brush and tapping it on top. So now that we have our galaxy background, we can start adding those stars. So I'm gonna do my big brush. I am going to regret not bringing a palette, but you gotta get a palette. I'm just gonna put some here on my newspaper. I'm going to load this brush up, and then I'm going to take another brush to use for a stopping point, and I'm going to tap, 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 tap. Take some more. There might be some little streaks, but hey, it's a shooting star. This is the part where you can kind of let go and let the paint fall where it's going to. The faster you go, you're probably going to get smaller streaks, but you're also probably going to get streakiness. So there we go. There is our stars and our galaxy. So another thing you could do, and that you may or may not want to, you could change up the colors in this, definitely. I just wanted to pick colors that if they mixed together, they were not going to be creating a muddy color. So I picked the blue and the pink because if they mix together, they may create a purple tint, but it won't be a muddy color. So you don't have to do this, but I really wanted to try this Cosmo glaze that I found. I found this at Target. This is a coat. It's a gloss finish, so it's almost like Mod Podge, but it has a very fine glitter in it. You may be able to get a similar effect if you were to use a Mod Podge, which dries clear, and mix some glitter into it. So this is a color shifting glitter. It goes from red to violet to blue, and I'm wondering what that would look like on here if I were just to kind of treat it like the white paint, and to let it fall in clumps. I don't know if it's going to act the same way as paint. It is thicker, but I really want to see if I can get some sparkle in my Cosmos. So let me clean this paintbrush off. I'm just going to put like a little dollop right there. I'm going to take the smaller brush. Yeah, I'm going to do the smaller brush and just load it up, and then take some of the excess off and see. Okay, kind of. I wonder what that's gonna look like. Oh no! No, dollop. Oh, I got a big glob. Okay. It's a shimmery thing. Alright, so we'll see if that does anything. I could also take it onto a paintbrush, come in here and like do a small little wave of it here in the dark if I wanted to, and have that kind of be a cloud. Then I could take some of it in here and make another cloud. I'm gonna add like a planet with the glitter paint. Okay, so to add a planet, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this flat brush, I'm gonna load it with my paint, put some paint on it, and I'm just going to set it straight down, and then I'm going to turn around. I'm gonna keep one point of the brush in the same location and turn it around in one spot. So it's kind of like putting the middle of a compass down and then turning. So one edge will be the point that doesn't move, and then I'm just going to take that and turn it around. Alright, so I'm going to just take the clumps of paint on the inside and just pull them in a little bit. Now I have a little shimmery planet over here. Yeah. So there's a little planet over here. You could put more planets if you wanted to. I'll clean my brush off and dry it. Okay. Also be careful with the clear coat or Mod Podge if you do use it. It can clog up or dry. It's like glue, so it's a little more difficult to get off. Alright, so we have this planet. I think I'm going to put another planet maybe over here, and I'm going to make it a dark blue color. So I'm just going to take a little bit of paint on my paintbrush top and do the same thing. I could even go out a little further by pressing a little harder and make it a little bigger. So there's my planet. And I am going to take a little bit of the white on the edge of it and blend that into one side, just to give it a little bit of depth. Alright, I'm going to take it down on this side. Like that. There we go. And I could also take a little bit of the dark over here and put a little bit of an edge on my other planet if I wanted to. So I think I am at a place where I'm done. I'm going to let this dry. If you wanted to, you could go back over and splatter some stars into the middle. I think I'm gonna leave it as just a point of interest. Also, you can see that my edges are pretty messy, but what I'm gonna do, I might let them dry, or I might paint over them now with just a single color. But there we go, there's our galaxy. Okay friends, that is the end of our video today. I'm coming inside to actually cool off because it was a little warm sitting in the sun. I really had a lot of fun with today's craft, and I think I'm gonna do it again. If I do it again, I think that I'm going to use a black for the darker color, and then maybe a dark purple or violet, and then have that shift into maybe like a darker pink or a blue. I think that would look really cool. And I was very surprised by the gloss coat that I put onto the canvas. I think it makes a lot of bright areas when you reflect on them. So I think I'm going to be using that for other things. I do want to make note that with the gloss coat that I used, when I did touch it when it was dry, I did get some glitter on my finger. So I think that once it's dry, if you're worried about that transfer of glitter onto your fingers, then maybe put a coat of just a clear or a matte or glossy like Mod Podge sealer on top. Or maybe there's a spray finisher you can use for acrylic paint. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. If I can find any tutorials from Creative Bug, I will link those down below. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. Oh, somebody wants to say hi. Come here. Oh my goodness, it's a peanut attack. Okay, I need you to be my co-anchor, not take over the show. Okay, so without further ado, everybody, I'm going to end the episode here and play with my puppy. She really would like to do that. She's very sweet. And I think I might also get started on another galaxy painting tonight. So friends, remember, until next time, remember to, I was going to say stay warm, but it's actually warm right now. So stay comfortable temperature-wise, stay safe, and as always, friends, remember to stay creative, York County. Bye-bye.